Welcome back to a new video. Today I want to show you how you can make an easy skin coloration with just a few markers and some colored pencils. This tutorial is some kind of a spin-off of last week's hair tutorial, so if you haven't seen it already, just check out my channel or the description box down below. I have linked the hair tutorial and all the materials I've used in this video. I made the line work just with a pinkish polychromo, and of course you can also use normal colored pencils or pigment liners of your choice. I recently really like to do my outlines with just polychromos because it gives the whole colored piece a pretty soft and vivid look, and I still have the chance to erase some parts if I made little mistakes. Doing the line art is some kind of serious work because it's the basic frame before doing a coloration. So if there are mistakes, it's hard to correct them, especially if they are done with black ink, for example. Sometimes I also get really nervous if I'm doing my line art with ink, so that I get shaky, but with a polychromo I feel more secure, to be honest. The feeling is different while drawing, it's way softer, so if you haven't tried to do your line work with colored pencils yet, I would really suggest you to try it at least once. I start with the brightest tone, and while adding the color I'm trying to leave some empty spots for possible highlights. The first layer of color should be best done in one go, because moving in a zigzag will make the application uneven and you might get some stripes and unpretty edges that can sometimes look like wrinkles. Highlights will especially look more natural if they are not made with white ink or a colorless blender. So try to work with the white of the paper instead. A colorless blender is good if you want to have a soft fading effect, but not to erase the color to get brighter spots in the skin coloration. This will look terrible, I promise you. I have it done by myself in the past and it will not look good. The next step looks a bit frightening at first, since the blush looks pretty harsh, but if you work fast and add the next shade, the colors will blend into each other. And in case that the edges still look too harsh, or if you want to have some more pinkish shades in the skin, you can take some color from tip to tip and add it to the coloration. In this way you can create middle tones and a softer blending. And don't worry, it won't destroy the nibs. Just be gentle, and especially don't do this with dark to bright colors. For the next step, let the colors dry for a while to continue with a pale purple shade and to add some deeper shades. If the colors are dry, it's difficult to create soft gradations, but for harder shades, it's pretty good. If you don't want colors to smoothly blend into each other, then always let the colors dry first, especially if you want to create harder shades and edges. This technique also works pretty good if you want to make different shades and layers with only one color. Of course, it's also part to color her eyes and her lips before it looks all too spooky. For the eyes, I mainly use Polychromos in different shades of blue. I personally think it fits well with the overall soft and kind of pastel look. With some pinkish and red Polychromos, I contoured her face and of course the line work to give it all a bit more contrast. Keep in mind that you don't have to rush in this process, but be sure that you are already done with the skin coloration, because those darker pigments from colored pencils can smear, so better be careful. And that's basically it. It's a super simple basic tutorial, but of course, you will have to practice this technique. Tutorials won't give you a skill by your first try, but they will show you new ways on how to create and maybe inspire you to try out something different. So I hope you enjoyed this pretty small tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I will make sure to answer them. All information and materials are listed in the description box down below. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!